Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel, Divine Nudges, where we deliver intuitive messages to the collective, messages that you have likely already tapped into, that your own intuition has already tried to deliver, whether successfully or unsuccessfully to you. Um, that's what I'm calling forth here today because in the end, what we want is for you to trust you. Okay. So let's get right to it. Let's see what messages we have today. All right. So, and you know what? This one came out and I just put it back in the deck and it came out again. So you have a liar around you. Okay. It says here to be careful of someone sneaky. Okay. And then the divorce card came out. So some of you are going through a divorce right now. Or some sort of a breakup, some sort of a disconnection with someone, whether it's permanently or temporarily. And the reason why for some of you is because someone lied to you. You're in a relationship with someone who's a liar. For others of you, this is a warning. This oracle deck is it's the Cosmic Oracle deck, but on the box it reads signposts along the path. So these are warning signs, okay? So you're being told, Taurus, to be careful of a liar, okay? Something that just came to mind right now is you may have someone who's telling you that they're going to get a divorce, but that's a lie. That's not true. That may also be something that you're doing. I hope not, Taurus. The next card is Manifest. This card also came out in the pre-shuffle. I put it back in and here it is again. So it says here, tell the universe exactly what you want, Taurus. Tell the universe exactly what you want. So this means that you are being supported, that you have, your spirit tribe, angels, ancestors, family, friends, infinite spirit, as I like to call the all powerful being that, controls us all. You are being supported, but you can't be supported unless you clearly articulate, clearly sit down and go within to figure out what it is that you want. And it could be out in terms of this relationship or just in terms of how you see your life moving forward. And then it says here sexuality. Someone is still trying to figure, or someone is still figuring themselves out. So there may be someone around you, Taurus. This may be you, or this may be someone around you who's struggling with their sexual identity right now. Someone who may or may not be being honest about their sexuality right now, their sexual preference. Maybe they secretly, have, sexual or intimate dealings with the same sex, okay? Because someone is still figuring themselves out right now, okay? So someone around you, whether that's you or someone else. And I'm being told to pull one more card. So let's see what else comes out. I don't pull cards. I allow spirit to select cards. And guess what? Two more came out. Right. So it says here intimacy. Okay. And it says sexual chemistry reminiscing. So again, this, someone's trying to figure themselves out card and followed up with the intimacy card. Someone may be having sex with someone of the same sex, someone who's around you, and they may not be honest about it. Or this could be you, Taurus. You may need to start being honest about your sexual preferences and the fact that you're struggling with your sexuality. Okay. This also says sexual chemistry reminiscing. So either you're reminiscing about someone from your past or someone from your past is reminiscing about you. And it could be someone of the same sex. It could be someone of the opposite sex. But I'm getting that it could be for some of you it's someone of the same sex and for some of you it's someone of the opposite sex. But there is some energy here about reminiscing. So that tells me that there's been some kind of a disconnect between you and someone, Taurus, and that person is still in your vibration. And then it says here intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite later. Okay. So some of you are fully aware. Okay. Some of you are fully aware that you have a liar on your hands, or that you're involved with someone who, may be struggling with their sexuality, or, you just intuitively know that they may be into people from the same sex. Okay. Some of you, may already be aware intuitively that, you have someone that you're in a relationship with who's kind of messing around from someone with someone from their past even. Okay, so there's a fungus among us. Okay, Taurus, and the most important thing is that, red flags oftentimes come from our intuition. Our intuition, what it does is it calls our attention to our surroundings in such a way where it's having you tune into those red flags. Okay, it's having you pay attention to the signs that are around you. So a lot of you already know what's going on. You don't need the evidence, you don't need the proof. And with that said, the next oracle deck that I'm going to pull out is the Sixth Sense Oracle deck. Okay, which is all about spiritual gifts. So let's see what's going on here. Says here missionary. This wanted to pop out. It says missionary. In case this means something to anybody, it says religious mission to promote faith or services such as education, literacy, social justice, healthcare, and economic development in different countries. So this may be someone, this may either be you, okay? Someone may be acting as a missionary, or, someone, that you're in a relationship, maybe being very religious, very spiritual, presenting themselves as a very godly person. However, they may be hiding behind that facade. That's what's coming to my mind. That's really not what this deck is about, but that's what's coming to my mind about this missionary. Okay. So the next thing it says here, Claire Gustance, the ability to taste something that isn't actually there. Okay, so I want to keep it rated PG, Taurus. I really, really do. But we're talking about taste. You may be tasting the evidence on your partner. Okay, that may be where the signs are coming from. Okay, and this says the ability to taste something that isn't actually there. Just because it's not visibly there anymore. When someone's having, sexual relations with someone else, a lot of times, there are, especially if it's unprotected, those what's the word, those biological fluids that result in it, they stay within the body of another person. Okay, so this is, we can take this very literal, where Claire Gustance is a spiritual gift. I'm kind of taking this very literally, where you may have already tasted something funny, like, you're tasting a little bit off. So I'm just going to keep it real. Next one is Claire Aliens. The same way someone may taste funny, they may smell a little bit different. I tell people all the time, the universe speaks, and the universe will always tell the truth to those who are willing to pay attention, regardless of who else is willing to tell the truth or not. Okay. So Claire Aliens, a lot of times, if people are having, cheat, or if people are have multiple partners that they're dealing with, they start to smell, people's pH balance gets thrown off. And when someone's pH balance gets thrown off, honey, you can smell it. Okay, so that's a possibility of something that you've already picked up on. So here's, this deck is clearly telling you, that you've already been tuning into this energy, and the universe wants you to trust yourself. This is for your own safety, protection, and your own good. It's also for your mental health and well-being, Taurus. The last card on this deck is Energy Medicine. It says the ability to heal with one's own empathetic, etheric, astral, mental, or spiritual energy. Okay, so what this is saying is that you yourself are trying to protect yourself from being betrayed or from any negative impact that someone that you're in a relationship with may bring your way because they're cheating on you. Okay. So it says here, you have the ability to heal with one's own empathetic astral, mental, or spiritual energy. That is basically saying that your intuition, Taurus, is warning you, is telling you everything that you need to know. And in this case, your ability to heal is actually your ability to protect yourself. So let's do that. Let's protect ourselves right now, Taurus, okay? Let's not take those beautiful spiritual gifts for granted. I mean, spiritual gifts are such a blessing and they can save us from so much trouble. Um, they can save us from so much trouble. Okay. I wasn't going to pull this oracle deck, but let's see what comes out here. The curse card came out. Okay. This is really a card of, bad energy being sent your way, people having bad negative thoughts about you, negative vibes about you, maybe getting in your head and, putting negative thoughts in your head or something like that. We're not going to count out the literal, I never count out the literal meaning, but it says here on the card, hate, catastrophe, misfortune. Okay. I'm not going to discount the literal meaning of someone maybe trying to do black magic or, put some kind of curse on you. But a lot of times, you don't even need magic for that kind of stuff. You just need negative thoughts. Okay. The next one is sweet dream. Okay. Satisfaction, comfortable, lazy day. I love this because, my Tauruses love that, right? Love comfort, love laziness, love satisfaction. But what I'm getting here, Taurus, is don't sleep on it. Do not sleep. Do not sleep. If you've already had these vibes, if things have already kind of exposed themselves to you, because as I said, the universe is kind enough to expose these things to you, don't sleep on it. Don't get comfortable. Okay. And it says here eternal love, eternity, consistency, and soulmates. So the vibes are kind of changing, but before I shift, for some of you, what this is saying is someone may be selling you a dream. Okay. Someone may be selling you a dream of, in this eternal love that they have for you, that you two are going to have together. Okay. Someone may be trying to rock you to sleep right now, Taurus, or you may be trying to rock someone to sleep. I hope that's not the case. All right. But here's where the energy is shifting for me. So for others of you, you all are dreaming of an eternal love with someone else. Okay. You all are really, really dreaming and fantasizing about a relationship with someone else. Okay. So it could go one of two ways. Let's see if there are any other messages before I pull out some tarot cards. Okay. So here we have robbery, stress, and confinement. What's coming to mind is, someone is stealing your peace. Your peace has been stolen. There may be someone in your energy who just through their own actions and misdeeds have caused you stress, and now you're feeling trapped, you're feeling confined in this space of being absolutely stressed out. Okay. That's a real possibility. I would like for it to read this way, right? I would like to read, and maybe for some of you are stressed out because someone around you created performed a misdeed, and now they're going to go to jail because of it. Okay. So, that could be the case for some of you too. Some of you may be stressed out. Maybe you have a loved one or someone who got themselves into some trouble and now they're going to have to pay the price for their misdeeds. That's another part of it too. Okay. But I'll leave that with you so that you can go on ahead and, and make sense of it and take what applies. This is a general reading, so the messages are going to be different for everyone. Not every single Taurus is going through the exact same thing. So definitely place it where it makes sense. Okay. I was going to leave this deck alone, but I'm being pulled to continue shuffling. The next card is withdrawal. Okay. And it says here, quit, awakening, rejection. So some of you may be letting go of a bad habit or an old pattern that no longer serves you, Taurus. You may be withdrawing from some, people, places, or energies or frequencies that, again, no longer serves you, Taurus. Okay. If not, there is a need to. Okay, if you haven't done so already, there is a need to. The next one is stubbornness, but you're being stubborn about it. Okay, so you're getting the signs. You're being told you need to break apart, you need to break something off, you need to withdraw, but you're being stubborn about it. You're not really paying attention to the signs. Like this person has their eyes closed and they're covering up their ears, so you're turning a blind eye to the signs. Let me tell you something. I don't recommend it because tower moments. That's what happens when the universe talks to us and they're trying to give us warning messages that for our best and highest good, and we ignore them. Tower moments. And the next card that came out is illness, disease, weakness, fragility. This person may be breaking down your spirit little by little, chipping away at your spirit little by little, your mental health, and even your physical health. We talked earlier about a funky little smell and a funky little taste, okay? So let's not forget about that. All right. The next one is alliance here. Alliance, trust, compatibility, honest. You may have someone around you, a friend, a family member who's also noticing some things and they're telling you about it and they're trying to talk to you about it. And that may be another, voice that you're shutting out. Okay. So there may be someone around you who's trying to be a friend and who's trying to guide you and talk to you through these things. And then the last card is marionette, which is puppet. Okay, who's pulling the strings, Taurus? Who's pulling the strings? It says here dictatorship, domination, reluctance. Be careful not to fool yourself that you have everything under control when you actually don't. Okay, because that might be what you're telling this friend, like, oh, don't worry about it. I got this. I got it all under control. And really, your friend is like, but really, do you? So be careful not to be fooling yourself and lying to yourself about what could potentially be going on around you right now, Taurus. Okay. Wow, this might just turn out to be an oracle reading. I may not pull any tarot cards for you. The bully card came out. Okay. The bully card came out. Embarrassment, gossip, unwillingness. Make sure that you're not being gaslighted, okay? Because again, it came out right after this marionette card. So this is dictatorship, dominance. Make sure that someone's not gaslighting you, trying to make you feel like you're crazy for, your intuition and what your intuition is telling you. In all things, Taurus, always choose your intuition first. Is your intuition comes, it's an otherworldly antenna, satellite communication. It is your angels, it is your ancestors, it is your spirit tribe. Your intuition is there. It's your internal GPS, your internal compass. It will always have your back before any human ever will. So if someone's trying to gaslight you and saying, oh, you're crazy, you're imagining things, or you're super jealous, or you're trying to control me, blah, 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 don't fall for the okie doke, Taurus. Come on now, you know better, and you better than that, and you know better than that, okay? And so some of you are afraid of a natural disaster. Some of you are afraid of what's going to happen if you take heed to what's coming to you intuitively. Some of you are afraid of something. Okay. And so, and you're trying to avoid a natural disaster, but it's like this saying that I hear often. It says, when we try to keep the peace, oftentimes we create chaos inside of ourselves. So when we try to keep the peace with others, oftentimes we create chaos inside of ourselves. So I just want to drop that to you. But this fright card says depression, phobia, paranoid. And the last cards, natural disaster says risk, frustration, survive. So again, depression, phobia, paranoid. Someone might be telling you, oh, you're paranoid, you're depressed, you have a phobia, whatever the situation is, right? And they're basically blaming you for some issues and some problems that you're having. Okay, so those are some of the messages that I'm getting here, right? And so you're in survival mode, right? You don't want to really take any risks. You don't want to be the one to cause any problems. You don't want to be the one to be blamed for that. But guess what, Taurus? You're gonna have to put your big boy, big girls, big they panties on, and get to protecting your peace, because only you can do that. Only you can do that. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. What messages does the tarot have? So the Seven of Pentacles just came out. So you may be waiting for something. Maybe you've been working really hard towards something. You've been building something. You've seen a lot of growth. You may have recently been in a growth phase. Here we have the Ten of Swords. So you may be outgrowing this energy. You may be outgrowing, this vibration. Here we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, is what the King of Pentacles represents, right? So, you may be outgrowing your old self. Okay, you may be shedding some skin here, Taurus. You know how snakes shed their skin so that they can grow into new skin. Lobsters do the same thing with their shell. Throughout nature, okay, there are beings that die 1,000 deaths throughout their lifetime. So you may be like recently have outgrown your own skin, and you may be laying the old parts of you to rest right now, Taurus. Okay. And yeah, so, the Ace of Swords just came out. You've had a breakthrough. You've had an epiphany. You've had a realization. And this is so it's like an awakening. You've had an awakening. You've had a dark night of the soul. You've gone through the discomfort that's needed in order for you to grow into a more evolved individual. All right, we have a whole bunch of cards here. So here we have the Two of Wands. Where you going? Where you going? You're going to the next place. You're going to the next place. Okay, Taurus. Here we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So, you're trying to make up for your mistakes right now, Taurus. You're trying to make up for your mistakes. I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that someone's not trying to let you, though. Someone's not trying to let you do it. Okay. All right, next we have the Chariot. So this is a card of moving forward, doing so successfully. This is a card of willpower, okay? And what I'm seeing here, there is a faint figure in the distance here. I see that you are being guided. I said earlier that you're being protected. Your intuition is pulling you, okay? Your intuition is pulling you into a different direction right now, okay? And here we have the Page of Cup, which is, again, it's a very intuitive card. This is a card of psychic and spiritual ability. It's also a card of, being smitten and the things that you love and being fulfilled. It's the card of, having, young emotions and all that stuff too. But I think really you're really truthfully being led. And here we have the Death card. So here's the thing, Taurus. You, for a very long time, the Death card is in the reverse. The Death card is a card of transitions, transformations, endings, and beginnings. You, for a long time, have been trapped in a cycle that you refuse to close out. You've known for a long time that there are changes that you need to make, and you have been avoiding making those changes. Here we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. You can't take it anymore. You are about to burst. This has gotten way too heavy for you. And this is by divine design. Okay. That's by divine design, Taurus, because the universe is like, yo, We've been trying to tell you you need to make these changes. And guess what? What's so, because the universe is not bad. The universe ain't even good. The universe responds to your internal environment. So that means that you yourself have been telling yourself that you need to make these changes. And so the universe is like, I got you. I got you. We gonna make these changes one way or another. You're asking the universe for assistance with this, whether you realize it or not. We are walking satellites, and whatever goes on inside of us is a dialogue between us and the universe. So yeah, you're going through tower moments, man. You're going through awakenings, dark nights of the soul. You've been feeling it. You've been feeling it. Hey, is Saturn still in Capricorn? Because let me tell you something. Saturn is the taskmaster, and he's the lesson bringer. Okay. So, with all that being said, Taurus, there's a lot going on. I just want to pull some healing cards for you. I would hate to close out a reading like that without some sort of healing messages for you. I'm going to go through these really quickly because I time myself to do these readings in 30 minutes or less. That's actually all the time I have on the clock. So here we go. Manifestation of light. I see the beauty in me. I grow and develop my inner self in harmony with light and beauty. I free myself from negativity. My heart transforms. My intellect shines. And my inner light grows. So, you know what, Taurus, you really need to understand that you are the shiznit, okay? You are the man. You are the woman. You are it. You know what I mean? You're not seeing yourself for who you are, okay? I don't want to talk insecurities, but I definitely want to say a lack of confidence in yourself. So it's time for you to be more confident in who you are. Take inventory of your greatness, okay? The next card is creation. I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. This card is telling you to take control of your life. Things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. I was just saying that. The universe is in partnership with you, it's not against you. Serenity. Through love, release, and inner work, I know peace. I have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear and have the wisdom to let the universe do its work. The universe, as I've said a few times throughout this reading, has taken over. You are looking to find your peace. You have been in a very tumultuous phase, a very chaotic phase in your life. You are ready to release. You are ready to let it go and just live in peace and harmony. This last card says, I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts. I live in the present moment and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. So there you go, Taurus. You're overworking yourself. You're trying to control every aspect of your life where you need to accept the ones that you can't change. Guess what? You can't change other people. Guess what? You can't change things outside of yourself. You are in control of you and no one else. That's it. Other than that, trust the process and the universe and that you're being guided. Taurus, if these messages resonated with you, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Any kind of interacting that you do with this video lets the algorithm know that you enjoyed it and that you want to see more of my channel and my messages. And I am happy and honored to deliver messages to you. Until next time, peace, love, and light. See you soon.